Did you know that people that attend elite universities are much more likely to achieve high-paying jobs in the future? Did you also know that children from low-income families are many times less likely to attend an elite college than children from high-income families? For example, according to a study from economists Racchetti and co-authors, in the US, children whose parents are in the top 1% of the income distribution are 77 times more likely to attend an elite college than those whose parents are in the bottom 20%. This extreme inequality in access makes the barriers to college one of the critical drivers of income inequality. Because of that, in our society of today, elite universities, they function more as a channel for the perpetuation of income inequality than as a pathway for social mobility. But you might be asking yourself, what can we do to combat this problem? Well, governments and universities across the globe have been trying to provide solutions. Many of them have changed their admission systems in higher education to expand access to vulnerable groups. Some countries, for instance, such as Brazil, have implemented admissions that favor students from historically marginalized groups, the so-called affirmative action initiatives. Others have introduced online platforms to centralize admissions in this one website, improving the access to information and the allocation between students and institutions. Importantly, these changes in the admission policies at universities also change how students in high school and early on perceive their chances of attending college in the future. So in my AXA research, I study how these two types of interventions to expand access to college, affirmative action and centralized admissions, impact students' persistence, effort, and learning during high school. So I use Brazil as a case study, which is one of the most unequal countries in the world, in a setting of strikingly high returns to college and very unequal access to it. I use large administrative data from the population of Brazilian students and statistical techniques that allow me to separately isolate the causal effect of each of these policies on students' choices and behavior. So my preliminary results show that these policies that expand access to college also increase demand for schooling and aspirations of low-income students in high school, reducing the achievement gap between high-income and low-income people even before college. And this result is very important because it shows that inclusive higher education policies can have positive spillover effects, reducing inequality also during high school and even early on in the student's educational trajectory. This positive impact early on can then be translated into better labor market outcomes in the future. So in a nutshell, my research will allow us to understand better how public policies can be designed to expand college access and to improve social mobility. Thank you very much.